Hey everyone, this is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on my video. And y'all, I wanted to come in today and revisit Jada's entanglement. And what's making me do that is because I've been out on social media today and I'm seeing that entanglement has come back up again in the aftermath of Will Cowboy slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars. A lot of people are saying, okay, Will, you slapped Chris Rock, but why didn't you slap August? Now, y'all, I'm going to just expand on that a little bit. And as far as relationships and people cheating on their spouses and all of that. When I saw this on social media today, there were women saying, why didn't Will slap August, as well as men. And let's take that to our personal lives. I know that a lot of us out there have been cheated on before, you know, been in a relationship, you're in love, you think things are going along fine, and you find out that your partner has cheated. Okay. My thing is this: did you know from the beginning that they were cheating? Like the moment that they decided to cheat, did you know? Did you know the moment that the act of cheating actually occurred? Okay. Say you did know. What could you have done to stop it if that person was hell bent on having an entanglement? The reason why I wanted us to take this to a personal level is this: relationships are complicated. We all know someone who has either cheated on their partner or been the person that's cheated on. You know, we could be both of them, you know, the outside woman cheating with the married man or the inside woman who is the person being cheated on. Now, when I think about when men cheat, and this is for all the guys that are out there that are saying that um, Will should have slapped August. Okay. When I think about when men cheat, they don't want nobody to say nothing to them while they're doing it. If their partner finds out, say they've been cheating, and the woman finds out, and she is going off, you know, about what has happened. She's trying to whoop him up, whoop the woman up, and all that. Men have been doing this to women, these entanglements, forever, y'all. Forever. We all know that, there are men out here that not only have a mistress, they might have a woman that they just go to for a booty call outside the home. We have some men with outside babies, some men with a whole other families across town from their wives. But Will, his situation is different from that. Okay, Jada had an entanglement. Basically, she was a spouse cheating on a spouse. Men have been doing that for years. Okay? Men get an attitude when they caught and the woman is checking them about being cheated on. You got men, and I know this for a fact because I have two brothers. You got men out here who have, a crowd of buddies that they hang with, and they know that in that crowd there are a few of their friends, who routinely cheat on the woman that they have at home. Do they check him on a constant basis, go home and tell the woman, your man is a serial cheater? Or do they say this thing, boys will be boys? You know, Men, this is what men do. Women should just grin and bear it. That's the part of this that annoys me. because what Jada did is no different than what men have been doing to women forever. It's just the fact that she's a woman. She talked about it right in front of him. Men do that. Men have put their woman that is at the house in some messed up situations. Other women showing up at their homes, other women calling them, other women confronting them out in public, women that they went out and brought into the situation. So when I see this whole narrative about Will, should have slapped August, I sit there and I look at some of these men that are saying it side eye, you know, even some of the women that are saying it too, like my fellow sisters. I'm like, so when you were cheated on, did you have any control of your man cheating on you? How did you feel about it? I look at it this way. Will was in a position that a lot of women find themselves in, a partner who stepped out on him and who was a little arrogant with it. Okay? Now, Will had two choices. He could have left her or he could have stayed. And he stayed, just like a lot of women do when they find out that their man has been cheating on them. Then a lot of people ask those women, if you knew he was cheating, why did you stay? A lot of women will say, I stayed because of the kids. I stayed because I loved him. Let's compare that to Will. Will don't need Jada's money. Why did he stay? Because he loved her. He had kids with her. He thought that there was something salvageable about their relationship. Now, for whatever we think, inside the confines of their home, trust me, they had a conversation about everything that we saw on the red table talk, and it was a lot of arguing, screaming, cussing. We know that. She didn't just come home and say, I had an entanglement, and that was the end of it. He's a man, all right? Kind of like when we as women find out we've been cheated on. We go through a range of emotions. Contrast that to Will. I'm sure he did too. Now, y'all, I'm gonna do it personally because I don't want to keep using like this hypothetical woman. I've been cheated on. I've been cheated on more than once in my life. When it first happened, say when my partner first decided that he was going to cheat, I didn't know that he was going to cheat. When the cheating started, I may not have known right away, but when I found out, I did what a lot of women do. I did a lot of crying, arguing, threatening to leave, and all of that. Showed my tail a couple times, but I ended up staying with a couple of the fools, you know, and one in particular because I had children by him. I loved him, thought we could make it, you know. If I just, you know, just went along to get along. That's what Will did. The only difference between Will and Jada's situation and ours is because they're on television. She has that red table talk. She wasn't just talking to her girlfriends about what she had done. She wasn't just talking to her family and her little village of, acquaintances. She has the ability to talk to all of us. Now, a lot of people say that if you don't want people to speak on your relationship, then don't talk about it, especially not on television, because now you got the whole of social media weighing in and, constantly clowning Will. But ladies and men out there who have been cheated on, we've all been through what he's going through. Why do we sit back now in our little positions of arrogance and throw all kind of stones at him? Half of you out there who's listening to my voice, Y'all been cheated on. See, when I've gone through something that someone else is going through, and I know the pain that they're going through, I don't sit in the glass house and throw stones. Because I know my shit at one time was shaky. I know I got cheated on, I got clowned, everything. But what I did is I learned from it, you know? It made me the person that I am today. And a lot of times people say, I'm glad it happened to me because it made me stronger. It opened my eyes about things, taught me what to look for in a man, you know? For the times that I stayed, it has taught me to weigh options and say, is it better to stay or is it better to leave? I remember my mother telling me one time when the guy that I had been with for like 15 years cheated big time. And I was threatening to leave him and I was crying to my mother and all that. Now, my mother had a good long talk with me. And she said something like, you know what? He's not a bad man. She said, I know what he did because when I went to protest, my mother was like, I know what he did. She said, men do it every day. She said, I'm not telling you to stay or go. What I'm telling you is to think about it. She said, a lot of men, they can go out here, cheat with Becky, Susan, Mary, Jane, and everybody else, but they still love you. She said they are out sowing their wild oats, and when they get tired, they end up being decent men. She said, all I'm telling you to do is before you leave, think about what you're leaving, you know? Think about, do you think you could weather his storms? She said, if you can weather those storms of when he's cheating, because he takes care of home, you're well taken care of, your kids are well taken care of. She said, if you can weather them storms, then stay. But if you can't, if it's killing you inside and you just can't do it, then leave. She said, but you can't be in the middle. You can't be crying to us about, oh, what he did to me, and then you stay and you're constantly complaining. She's basically told me to shit on the pot or get off of it. That was the best advice she gave me. She even went so far as to tell me to get a sheet of paper and write down on one side all the good things about him, and then on the other side, write down all the bad things to help me make my decision. The reason why I bring up myself personally is because in Jada and Will's relationship, there's been a lot of soul searching. Like I said, a lot of arguments, fussing, and fighting about what happened. And y'all, I don't believe for 1 minute that Jada was the only one that cheated. You know, I believe that there have been cheating episodes on both sides. Everybody says that they believe these two have an open relationship. And that may have been what it was when they were younger, you know, and they went in it thinking, okay, yeah, let's allow each other these cheating things. But when it happens and the reality sets in the aftermath, and one of the partners can't take what they agreed to allow, that's when the problem happens. Like they both could have said, yeah, let's allow each other a pass, you know? And maybe when they went out there thinking, okay, I got a pass. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. They're going to welcome me back. But that other partner couldn't hold up to the bargain. And it ate away at them. And it caused them to have issues in their marriage. And those issues were brought to the red table talk. You know, that's how I believe the whole story about the entanglement got there. I believe they gave each other a pass. You know, they're too open. And I believe that they have really got to a place in their relationship where they had that talk, and a talk that all of us shy away from. Hey, give me a pass, I'll give you a pass. See, I'm not going to tell nobody that because I know I'm going to get in my feelings if I find out they actually took the offer and went out and cheated. Because is it cheating if you have a pass? It's not. You were given permission. So I believe that maybe Will gave her a pass and she took him up on it and he probably didn't even think she would. And then maybe she got some feelings caught up in it, and he know his wife. He know when she's feeling something, and it bothered him. I think we are really rich as the public to be throwing stones at another couple. We are really rich because y'all, I'm gonna tell you, when I was in the heart of the person that I consider the love of my life, I gave a lot of crap and I took a lot of crap. I took a lot of crap. I'm not proud of that, but it is my reality. So because I've been on both sides, giving and taking crap, I'm not going to sit up and condemn another couple because I know, like I started this uh, live, this video off saying, relationships, marriages, all of that is very complicated, especially when love, emotions, and feelings are involved. That shit is not easy. It is not. We are witnessing publicly what a lot of us go through privately. But because nobody don't see our stuff and we're not putting it all on blast, the shit we've taken, you know, we're really rich to sit up and talk about them. And yes, like a lot of people said, if they don't want us to speak on their relationship, then they need to quit talking about it. I agree with that. Y'all, I was the type of person when I was going through that cheating and my partner just out there acting a fool, showing his ass. I couldn't talk about it when it was happening. It was so freaking painful, so freaking embarrassing to have my friends or family members telling me they saw him somewhere with another woman. Oh my God, it cut me to my core. But I took it because I loved him and I had babies by him. And I thought that we could be better and stronger. And if I just forgave him, did it Did it take from me as a woman? Yes, it did. Would I do it again? No. Now, I used to say, yes, I would because I wouldn't have my kids if I didn't, but no, now that I'm older, no. There was a cost for me. I paid a cost in accepting some of the things that I accepted from him. It damaged me in a way, and I had to heal from that damage. So, no, I would not do it again. You know, they say when you know better, you do better. And now, because I gave myself time, quite a bit of time to y'all, to heal after that 17-year relationship. And I did that because I didn't want to take extra baggage that I was carrying from all that pain that ex had given me into a relationship with a new man. I wanted the new man to have a clean slate and me not to be, comparing him and putting him through trials and tribulations because I was still recovering from what some other man did. And y'all, one thing I will say about myself now, I don't take anything. I don't argue with people. Like if I meet an argumentative guy, I will stop speaking to him and keep it pushing and move on to somebody else. Because I'm not about to stand up and be arguing all the time. If I sense that a man is stepping out on me, somebody that I'm seeing, I don't even argue. I don't waste my time, y'all, because you can't stop them from something they want to do. But what I do is I keep it pushing. I let them know that I know, and I let them know that that is a quitter for me. I don't do that. I'm not about to go back and forth with you. You're not about to play games with me, telling me that you're not stepping out. I know that you are, and I'm not going to play that game anymore. I've been here, done that, not doing it anymore. It also has made me talk more to the guy, get him to open up, you know? Where when I was younger, sometimes I didn't know how to communicate as well as I do now, you know? I just say all this to say this, y'all. We need to stop pointing fingers at other people, acting like our shit don't stink. See, I believe in keeping it real. And I have been a fool in the past, made some mistakes, stupid decisions. Oh my God, stupid choices, accepted stuff, took stuff. I've been there. So when I look at Will and Jada, the advice I would give them, because I'm a little bit older than them, is keep your business to yourself, like everybody say, you know? And other than that, nothing else. I would pray for them. I would pray this, that if they want their marriage, I pray God does everything to uplift them in their marriage. As far as throwing stones at them or acting all high and mighty like I've never been in an entanglement, I don't do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to pretend that, that has never happened to me and I don't know the ins and outs and the roads of entanglements. I told one of my friends one time, that song where the woman picks up the phone and she says, "Hello, Barbara. This is Shirley." You know that song, Woman to Woman? I have been both Barbara and Shirley. Okay? I've been the woman at home picking up the phone, and then unbeknownst to me, I was also the mistress. I didn't even know that someone I was dating was living with someone until some things happened and I realized he wasn't married to her, but he had been living with this woman for a few years and he was cheating on her with me. The woman confronted me and I didn't even know. So I have been both Barbara and Shirley. So I'm not in a position to be passing judgment on another couple's decisions and how they maneuver their relationship, maneuver their marriage. It took me a long time to get to the peace that I have now, but that peace came with a lot of hurt, a lot of wrong decisions, and taking a lot of shit that I should not have taken. Now, you would think that when a person has gone through all that, they would be bitter. I vowed that I would come out the other side a woman that's not a man basher. I love when I first meet a guy and we're getting to know each other and everything is fresh and new and we both got a clean slate and then all that. It's like I'm a teenager again, you know? The butterflies and the first kiss and all of that. So I vowed that I was not going to be one of those women that went through a bad relationship, had shit done to her, and then from then on, every man that I meet, something is wrong. I I love men. I want one in my life, and I will have one in my life. I actually have one in my life now. But I will give every man that ever comes into my life a clean slate because you can't carry baggage with you. It ain't hurt nobody but you, lugging all that shit with you. I just know that we need to stop. I believe a lot of stuff that was happening to Will that night. And this is not an excuse or anything for him. It was a culmination of quite a few things. And it exploded. Because usually when a man pimp slap another man, he don't cry afterwards, you know? So there was something else going on there. And I believe it's all the stuff that the disrespect he's taken over the years because of Jada's entanglement. All of that built up to what happened on that stage. Because I've had a couple, a day or so to think about, you know, what would make him get up out the audience? And it made me think a little deeper. He was sitting there probably saying, these last couple of years after this girl done talked about this entanglement, I've been clowned, talked about, blah, blah, blah. And now Chris Rock is doing it on a national level on a live show. I'm going to get up and do this, that, and the other. I believe a lot of things were going on in his head. And that's what the way they played out. Was it a good look for Will? No. I know the other day when I did the video, I was joking and laughing and everything. But when you have time to really sit down and reflect, there's one thing that I do say. I believe that the confrontation should have been had behind the curtain. Now, if behind the curtain he still felt the need to slap him, I stand by that, y'all. If he still felt the need to slap him, at least it would have been behind the curtain and not in the sight of the viewers and the Oscars and all of that. It would have happened. He still probably would have gotten in trouble, but at least it wouldn't have been televised across the United States. I believe that that was his biggest mistake. But as y'all said, they put their business out there, and they're the reason why everybody is talking about their business. Some couples are like that. Like I said, when I was going through stuff, I could not talk about it. Literally, and I'm gonna say this, y'all, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Literally, my best friend, the whole time that I was going through all that drama, I had this best friend. And y'all, when I tell you that this is one of those friends that you have for life, you know, that you could see you two being old lady best friends. Well, once the relationship was over and I let my friend know a lot of the stuff that was going on, she was like, Rachel, I never even knew you were going through all that. You know how your girl just grab you and she really look at you and say, girl, I didn't know you were going through all that. Why didn't you say anything to me? And I just told her it was too painful to talk about. But now that I'm on the road to healing, I can open up and let some of the stuff. Not even all of it, y'all, because some stuff I just keep to myself. But I started telling my friends stuff, you know? And when I did, I thought about it back to when I was going through it and how compassionate that my friend was when I finally did tell her. I wish that I had told her when I was going through it because this friend of mine proved to be that friend, you know, that one that doesn't use the information that you give her to hurt you. Anything that she could do to make me feel better or uplift me or support me, this girl did it. This girl did it. And for that, she will be my friend for life. I realized in that moment when I was telling her and how compassionate she was that this friend loved me more than a friend. She loved me like family. And she supported me like family. And I appreciate her for that, you know? So, y'all, in closing, I will just say this. When you sitting here clowning Will and Jada, think about your own shit. Because that's what it caused me to do. And I shut my fucking mouth. Because if somebody would have had a camera or a red table talk when I was going through mine, they would have sat back and be like, girl, what is on your mind? You better leave that fool. and they would have clowned me. But I had to go through it to get to this place that I am now. A better me, y'all. So it is what it is. As always, y'all, thanks for watching my video. I appreciate it. You guys be safe and take care out there. See you in the next one.